Hello guys, welcome to another Eurovoxx video. We're home, we're back from super exciting Eurovision 2022. We are all being hit by a very severe post-Eurovision depression. I don't think I've ever been hit so bad as this year. The whole Team Eurovoxx is feeling nostalgic and we're all texting each other saying that we miss Turin. But worry not. We are 6 months away of every national final to get started, and rumor has it that Benidorm Fest has already had its preparations in motion. But we are here to talk about what Spain did good this time, surprisingly good. Chanel came third. Benidorm Fest is proven to be a success when it comes to choosing the Spanish representative this year. I think it was about time that RTVE spent budget and spent effort and really put all of their energies into a festival like this to get a good result. Because let's not forget that in the past years we've had internal selections, we've had very low budgeted national finals with very uninteresting songs, and we've had Operación Triunfo, which I get where they choosing Operación Triunfo singers come from, but Spain has to remember that nobody else around Europe watches Operación Triunfo that closely. So the hype that we get inside Spain when Eurovision Operación Triunfo singer is sent to Spain is never going to translate onto a global audience. Benidorm Fest, however, had more of an international feel to it because they were thinking about Europe this time. They were not thinking about Spain. They were also thinking, they had in mind, what does Europe want to see when it comes to Spanish music? Europe, whether you want it or not, Europe has a fixed idea of what Spanish music and Latin music sounds like and looks like. And I think Spain really played into it to the maximum this year. It's also something they did really well was they didn't tell us that they were revamping or mini revamping the song until Chanel was already on stage during the rehearsals, rehearsing to the actual soundtrack that was going to be the one she would use in the final, which is the one where she had the trumpets in the intro and in the dance break. And I think that is a fantastic idea. The UK also did the same. We didn't know Sam Ryder had the guitar solo moment until he was on stage, and I think that is super smart because people are going to talk about revamp and post-revamp and pre-revamp. So I think that was a great way to take pressure off Chanel and have her not read comments that, oh, this is too Spanish, or this reminds me to bullfighting. So I think that was really good. I think that's a really good thing for the artists to do when the changes are. Those were minor changes. It wasn't affecting the whole song. It wasn't like Albania when, with the revamp, the song changed quite drastically, in my opinion. But it still had the basis of the song that the country had voted for. So that was one thing I think they were very smart about. Then the choreographer. The choreographer, sorry, I need to read his name, is Kyle Hanagami. And Kyle Hanagami is one of the most renowned choreographers. I don't know how he got time to schedule Chanel and the performance in. He's worked for JLo, Ariana Grande, Blackpink, Justin Bieber, and yes, I think that was one of the partly what contributed to make it was actually the whole staging. The choreography was the whole staging. That and having the whole performance not rely on the projections of the sun completely solved it. That was a headache that Spain avoided. The whole performance was based on Chanel and her dancers, and yes, I think that was one of the biggest ups for Spain. They didn't have to rely on any props. The song was good enough, the performance was good enough. Chanel and her dances were their performances. It was just like human art. Their bodies were moving, the choreography was visual and amazing. Chanel did say further when the season started that the choreography was very difficult, but she worked with Kyle so he would arrange moments that made her vocals easier. But that was an exercise, that was a workout. I think if something that you have to give Chanel is that she's an athlete, because that choreo and having it performed so clean, so straight, back to back. We had a press pass, so I watched her rehearsals. I watched her rehearse many times on the Eurovision stage, and I knew she would place really good because I think she was one of the few performers that did all of the rehearsals perfect, back to back. There were very, very slight variations that I could tell from one rehearsal to the other one. Like you could see like a few of the artists were off tune, or they were trying different elements to see if this worked better or this would work better. But Spain along with UK and Sweden and Ukraine were the ones in that you could not tell the difference if it was a first rehearsal, a last rehearsal, a dress rehearsal, and I think that said a lot of how ready Chanel was to perform in Eurovision, and that is what makes an artist. She was going in, all in, she was going all in. I think also Benidorm Fest is the future to choose the Spanish representer. I think at the beginning, people, when Chanel was elected and we had all of this drama about the voting, and it was like overcasting a shade on Benidorm Fest, and people were saying that maybe they wouldn't want to go, or the Spanish artists were saying maybe it's not the best thing for their career to go, or they wouldn't want to take part in Benidorm Fest. I think now their reputation has been wiped squeaky clean. I would think it's an opportunity for any artist in Spain to have all eyes on them again, and it's a perfect opportunity for the young and unknown artists, or just the unknown artist, age doesn't really matter, to take a shot at either promoting their music or actually promoting the music and winning and representing Spain. I think that's the way to go now, and I believe it might be one of the Benidorm Fest will become a staple festival where many artists will be interested in taking part. Though I have to say, as Guy Sebastian pointed out, this is one tough act to follow. I am very sorry for the next artist who is going to attempt to represent Spain in 2023 through Benidorm Festival, because hey, this is an amazing year. 2022 has been an amazing year for Spain in Eurovision. I wasn't expecting so many 12 points. You could really see that it was hard work. It was hard work from the broadcaster, from Chanel, from the dance crew, from everything surrounding the bubble. Another thing that was very well done is selecting Paloma Spain as Chanel's costume designer, stage costume designer. If you don't know who Paloma Spain is, he's a very well-known fashion designer in Spain, and I really liked how he understood the assignment, he understood the performance, he understood what the whole concept was trying to sell, which was the Latin flavor, the Spanish flavor, but also, as I mentioned before, the way Europeans see Spain. They were going for this Spanish representation, they also had the fun. I think her outfit was beautiful, it was very elaborate. It also had the Chanel essence that we had seen on Benidorm Fest and along of the pre-parties, and it gave her freedom of movement. It was very glam, very sparkly, and I love sparkles. So yeah, it was all very coherent, that's the word. Her whole staging, her whole performance, the new revamp with the trumpet was very coherent with the image Radio Televisión Española, the Spanish television, was trying to portray. They were more going for, I think, a commercial success that had a Spanish flavor rather than for a very deep traditional Spanish representation that's currently on the radio. So yeah, I think the whole performance was very coherent with what they wanted to transmit. All I can say is congratulations, Chanel. Congratulations RTVE, Radio Televisión Española. That was a great year. And good luck to the next artist. Guys, in the comments, what do you think about Chanel's third position? What do you think can be corrected in Benidorm Fest? And most of all, who do you want to see taking part in Benidorm Fest next year? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to give a like to this video and hit the notification bell to get notified when Eurovoxx keeps uploading more videos during the whole year, because we don't only post videos during Eurovision season, we post all year around. But see you next time!